Alright, such a great song. I heard this the other day, going through my little Pandora mix. I said, I gotta figure that thing out. Just screaming for some Jimi Hendrix type stuff, right? So, it's a cool song. I came up with some double stop parts for it, and thought I'd share. So, we're gonna start out on this E flat major 7, bar all of 6 from A down. You have 8 on D, 7 on G, 8 on B. You're going to strum it, then hit the D string by itself, and then strum it again. Okay? And then we're going to go into this F chord. We're going to play the C-shaped F, right? So bar 5 from A down, pinky on the 8 on the A string, 7 on the D, middle finger on B on the 6th fret. Okay? And then once you get there, when you hit the F chord, leave the high E out of it. Just go. Leave the high E out on both of these the first time. Alright, and then we're going to do this fill. You're going to hammer on and pull off with your pinky on the 8th fret, and then strum the G and D string. Okay, so you get. And then I was trying to find this Lovers and Friends walk up, dun, 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 right? So I came up with this thing going, Alright, so we're going to do a double stop. You're going to hit D and G together on 5 and hammer on 7 on the D string. Okay? And then we're going to come up to 7th fret, do the same thing, but hammer on 8 on D. Leave your middle finger down, and then hammer on 10 on D with your pinky. So you get, alright, and then slide into 12 on the A string, and then bar D, G, and B. Okay, we're playing a first inversion of an F major chord. So like here's your regular F major, and we're just going, doing the whole Hendrix thing, right? So you get a, and then we're going to go into a G minor 7, bar all of 10 from A down, D string on 12, B string 11, and then we're going to do those kind of like little wing fills, right? So hammer on and pull off with your pinky, and then pick the B and G, and then hammer on and pull off on the B string with your pinky, and then pick the G and D string. Alright, and then we're going to do these octaves to get to the turnaround, the Tell Me Again. Okay? So we're going to go 1 and 3 on D, or A and G. Mute out the D string with your first finger, and mute out the low E with your middle finger. That way when you strum all 4, right, and you're just going to go 1, 1, 3, 5. Alright, so it's 1 and 3, 3 and 5, 5 and 7 on A and G. And you're just going to hit the first fret twice, and then 3 and 5 once. And once you get to 5 and 7, go ahead and form your major 7 shape and slide in from 5 to 6. Alright, so you'd have like, alright. There's all sorts of things you can do. You can solo. You're in we're in E flat major, so you could solo like in G minor pentatonic. Alright, so real slow. Now when you get here, before you do the fill, take your right hand, the fleshy part of your thumb, mute out the strings, okay? Then do your fill, because if you don't mute it out, listen to what it sounds like. You hear all this stuff on the top, you get all this noise, right? So let it ring, and right before you do the fill, mute it out, then hit the fill. Okay, same thing, mute again before you do the double stop lick. All right, so that's the trick to that. You know. So that's everything. Man, is it groovy. I made a loop on my drum machine. It's just a Boss Dr. Rhythm machine, 70 beats a minute. So you can have fun with that. And there's a cool part at the end where the instrumentation drops out. I think it's like when Little John starts, and you get to be the only like guitar player, piano going on. So anyway, just have fun, practice slow.